Da, 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 da.
Well. 2 in a row.
Are we live again?
2 in a row. Yeah, 2 in a row. 2 in a row.
Holy jibbaso. How are you getting on today? Where are you this week?
I'm actually at home.
Jesus. So I was away and you weren't. Holy Jesus, Justin.
I thought you were going to be away this week. Something made me thought you
No,
were away.
I was away this week and then I come home. I wasn't sort of meaning to be away, and then I found out I had a couple of free days and just buggered off to Amsterdam.
Okay, as you do.
As you do.
You never went near the red light district, of course. Never set foot in it.
I was in it every day. It's kind of hard to avoid, to be quite honest with you. If you haven't been to Amsterdam, probably the number one location. Everybody goes to red light district at some point because it's a big area. It's like the oldest part of Amsterdam. You can't really not go to it.
Mhm.
It's kind of touristy. It's kind of weird.
Mhm.
But there's women standing in the windows waving at you, and you're going, "Hey, all right, love, dead on." But there's such a big crowd, nobody gives a shit. And then I saw one week, or she was videoing this. She was kicking the window. It's €240 fine for taking a photo in the red light district, by the way.
Was that shows what happens in Amsterdam stays in Amsterdam sort of thing, is it?
No,
Yeah.
there's signs up. €240 fine for taking photos of any photo with one of the women in the windows. It's a €240 fine if you get caught. So don't be doing that. And I can kind of understand why. It's kind of disrespectful.
But
Yeah.
sure, you have the latest wee tiny cameras that are like this size, and
Oh, no, but it's still a €240 fine if you get caught.
I know.
Doesn't matter what size the camera is. I went to the Sex Museum, which was
Right.
dead funny. I laughed. That was just kind of funny. They had all these different old antique images. So, for example, there was King Leopold of Belgium's sword, hunting sword, and it was sword, and on the handle it said on it it has an erotic scene. Do you know what the erotic scene is? It's a man shagging a bull, or not a bull, a boar.
Okay.
As
Right.
you would. Why would you not have that on your hunting sword?
I don't know. A bit weird.
Just weird. But yeah, the whole thing was just it's just a sort of bizarre place. But really cool, really cool. Didn't have a huge amount to drink, to be honest, because I decided not to bother for a couple of days. And yeah, so I had a just Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, didn't bother. Had 2 beer the whole time, and then we'll see later on. I went to a whiskey bar. So it's pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah, nice place.
Very, very nice indeed. Let's see who said hello this evening, because we sometimes neglect to say hello. Thomas
Yeah.
Jones, good evening to you. Watching on YouTube. Declan Boyle's in, and Robbie's in already this week. Our two favourite young men on the internet. Evening, lads.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take that any day, young man.
Young man.
It's like, are you being served?
Yeah, two favorite young man. Yeah, but no. So Amsterdam, pretty cool. But yeah, what you in York this week? You doing much?
No, I was down at Ballycastle. My mate was closing up his caravan, and I had a couple of nice days, and I went on a couple of nice walks out to Pan's Rock, and then Kenbane Castle, which I'm sure I
That's
haven't been
beautiful.
at in several years. It was very good. It's the one you
Yeah,
never go to because it's down a wee road.
yeah. Well, can be. I mean, it's a bit of a walk, hike down to it as well, but
Mm-hmm.
it's beautiful down there.
A lot
Really,
of
really.
steps up and down. Feeling my legs. Feeling my legs.
I did 30-mile walking, even though I had free public transport. I did 30 miles walking in 10 days, or 3 days. Sorry. So
That's a
basically,
lot. That's 10 miles a day.
yeah. So there was about 9 miles one day, 12 miles one, and then 9 miles the next day. But it's a very very walkable city. But I don't think you really appreciate somewhere unless you walk it. You know.
Know where you're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, unless you walk somewhere, because if you get public transport, you don't really get a sense of the place as such. So, yeah, I like walking. I like walking around
I
city.
walked 18 miles once in Washington, D.C., because you don't realize it's so big.
Yeah,
And I didn't realize there was a bus that went round it.
yeah. Oh
I
no,
know.
but most of what you'd want to see in DC is fairly close
Yeah,
by. You know.
yeah, but
Yeah.
still 18 miles walking, you know.
Yeah. Oh no,
Mm.
DC's pretty cool, but everything you want to see is kind of close. It's not.
Yeah, all the museums, but there's like loads of them in one place. But by the time
Mm,
you walk between them all, it's like
mm,
it soon adds up, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever go to DC, go to the Spy Museum. Spy Museum in DC is the best museum in the whole place. It's awesome. It's really cool.
Right.
Really cool. Yeah. They have they explain all about spying and where it all came from
Is that
originally as
near the
well.
old post office? I think I maybe did go there.
I don't know whether it's
It's
doing that.
north of the mall, sort of thing, isn't it? That
That
is.
would be, yeah.
I think I did go. I think I did
James
go there.
Bond Cardinals there. Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. It's
I
really
think
cool.
I did go there. You know.
So it is. But yeah, it whiskey wise, I want to say I've cut down, but I haven't. Boxes of stuff here this week. Yeah, just my next door neighbour. She's so cool. Maureen never arrived back the other day. All right, I was kind of late getting back because I got a late flight. Whenever I come back, um, I got lie in the next morning, bit of a chill out, and then the next thing the door went, and I went down, and it was my next door neighbour, and she says, "I just left at these boxes because I don't want anyone. So I've got three of them for you." I was like, "Oh, okay." She says, "Are they all whiskey?" She says, I was like, yeah.
Oh,
Because the postman knows to deliver stuff, but the other guys just sort of drop it off and then she picks it up.
yeah,
But it's really nice that you've got neighbours that do shit for you, you know.
very good,
Yeah, it's really cool, really cool.
very good, very
But
good.
yeah, a number of different deliveries this week. What do I have anything sitting that I can show you? Well, I got my Boan. Remember last week we were talking about the Boan?
Yes,
The Fanon bottles, a couple of them arrived. SMWS bottling, Edredire, distillery number 2. I showed you that
hmm
last week, didn't I? A bottle of it arrived, and then a couple other bottles I'll show later on in the show. But yeah, as I say,
lovely, absolutely lovely.
more shit, more shit, more shit. You know, I'm going to head buy another house. That's the truth, because I don't have enough room.
Just for the whiskey.
Kinda, you know, kinda. But anyway, so say la vie, say la vie.
Well, we've got sad news first, really, don't we?
Right.
Well, it's the end of an era at a place
Mm.
that we visited a few years ago.
Well, yeah. I tell everybody all the time, my favourite distillery in Scotland is Glen Scotia,
Hmm.
and in good, healthy part, that's what I'm drinking at the minute. I have poured myself one of these. Do you know something? I checked earlier on. That's the only bottle of Glen Scotia, other than an indie bottle that I have there, that I have in the house. Um,
Why? Because they don't last.
no, they don't last, and that's a really good sign
Hmm.
of how good they are.
Hmm.
And it's been announced this week that the maestro himself, Mr. Ian McAllister, is departing. He's heading away. He's going to go to China to distill over there. What a loss! He's been Glen Scotia is magnificent. Springbank gets a lot of the plaudits, a lot of the. Uh, I've talked about this before. Springbank is a distillery. If you've never visited the distillery, the one you want to visit is Springbank. It's just
Hmm.
incredible. But Ian has been made an offer, and he's heading off to China to set up a distillery, work over there, whatever it is. Not 100% sure exactly what it is he's going to do, um, but he's heading off, and so he's leaving, and Scottish whiskey is going to be an awful lot um, worse off without him being there. He's going to leave a huge legacy.
How
And
long's he actually been there now? Eh?
about 10 years, something like that, 10 years. Maybe a bit more than that, actually. It might be 10 years, but it's about 10 years anyway. And he's made such a huge impact on the whole place. Brought it from a distillery that people knew about to one that everybody should know about. And he's brought out fantastic releases. Victoriana, just when I first tasted the first release of Victoriana, I just thought to myself, my God, that is just superb. It was such a break from a lot of where other people were heading, and just superb. He's brought out the oldest Glen Scotia's ever released. He's done wonders down there, and whatever it is he's going to go and do, he more power to him. And whoever it is that gets him is really lucky that they have him. That's the truth. We spent a day. Do you remember we spent a day down in the warehouse?
He was very gracious with us.
He was very gracious, very, very courteous. He did. It's the warehouse tastings down in. It was just superb. And Campbelltown, I love Campbelltown. I think it's just the coolest place in whiskey. It just is. It's not massive by any stretch, but you have a couple of the best distilleries in Scotland. Which, if you're the best distilleries in Scotland, you're pretty much the best distilleries in the world, to be honest. You have also got the Cadenhead shop, Ardshiel Hotel, which is cool. You have some really cool whiskey bars who don't only stock Campbelltown stuff. They've got other distillery. It's just a really cool place. It's like Glenarm, but based around whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fantastic. It's a fantastic place. And if you've never been to down to Campbelltown, get down, and you talk about it all the time. But yeah, it's
So
a bit sad that he's going, but there you go.
that's one of those things.
Mm.
Onwards and upwards, as say.
Yeah, more power to him. They're about to be paying him a fortune, so good on him.
Yes, probably something that they couldn't really afford in Scotland for anyone.
Oh no, there's plenty of big players in Scotland that can afford plenty of people,
but not millions. Not millions. You wouldn't give you millions, would you? Be a master distiller?
No, well, maybe not. But hopefully in China they are, because he deserves every penny that comes to him. He deserves it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as I say, more power to him, and I just hope that Glen Scotia can carry on with what he was doing and what he has done. Because they deserve it. Superb stuff.
So, remember tonight, if you're watching, remember to comment, like, and share. We try our best to do a show every week, but it doesn't happen because, well, you're off in your travels again very soon.
I'm away. I'm away this week.
A very strong connection with Scottish whiskey.
What? What'd you say there?
Japan has a very strong connection with Scottish whiskey because a guy basically came over to Campbelltown, said this looks good, and brought it back, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm going there in a few weeks' time. I've got a week's work. I'm heading away this week, so I'm going to Glasgow this week, and then I'm back again. By the look of things, we're going to run Stevie's for a week. So if anybody wants to come down that week,
I'll maybe get a run down that week. That'll be a good week to get a run down.
Feel free. When will that be? It'll be the week after 2 weeks today, if you know what I mean. So 2 weeks today, I'll be back home. That following week, I'll be down there. I think.
Okay, you need a diary scheduler.
What I need is a secretary to handle all, because I get lost all the time. Everything's just sort of thrown together at the last minute, Justin, because I haven't a clue what I'm doing one end of the week to the next.
We're almost going back to where we started doing this show. Terroir is going to raise its ugly head tonight again for some strange reason.
Well, you see this. Well, yes and no. There's a few things have popped up because this appeared in iGreeland.ie, so basically a farming magazine, where they wrote an article about how can I put this? They wrote an article about aligning Irish grains to whiskey, because as someone said in this, every ton of imported grain is a missed opportunity to support Irish produce. The notion that we are taking grains from all parts of the world to produce our legendary Irish whiskey beggars belief. Well, I don't really see why, because everywhere else does it. But I kind of understand, and I kind of understand that, and I kind of like the fact that there's a bit of a push to align the grain growing with what Irish whiskey requires. Um, Again, it's not necessarily terroir, because there's so many different types. That I know what you're saying, but I'll crop up a little bit later on. But the idea that um, you're growing grain to order isn't. It's going to be kind of hard to do in many regards, because Irish whiskey, the whiskey industry doesn't know what it needs a lot of the time. But I kind of like the idea that there's going to be a more of a push to try and get it to marry up.
But we both know there's not enough capacity in Scotland or Ireland for the amount of grain that they need for the.
Oh, in Ireland,
you know.
In Ireland, you could really, but it's to do with cost. I
Hmm.
mean, you can buy in grain from the States an awful lot cheaper than you could probably buy it from somebody up the road.
Unless there's an embargo on.
Well, all depends on what retaliatory trade Trump.
He doesn't drink. He only likes Dad Coke.
He only drinks Diet Coke. No, but as I say, it's down to economics some of the time as well. If you can make grain whiskey with wheat, or if it's cheaper to import American corn, that's what you're going to make it from. So it depends on what cereal is cheapest at the time. So yeah, it'd be nice to think all Irish whiskies made with all Irish grain, but it's not necessarily going to happen. But I do think there should be more of a push for it, and if that requires a little bit of government assistance or whatever, then good. I mean, Scotland, you couldn't grow enough grain in Scotland to supply the whiskey industry in Scotland, so that's a non-starter. But in Ireland, you probably could at the minute. I mean, I say probably, you definitely could at the minute. So it'd be nice. It'd be nice to think that that's the ambition, but whether it happens or not, I don't necessarily think it's going to happen. But it'd be nice to think to do. You know?
Okay, right. Very good. Very good.
Yep. But anyway, that is what it is. Next up, what did I put next one? What did I say to you?
The online Scotch Whisky Awards.
No, whiskey regionality. Whiskey regionality. That was the.
Okay, so you did. Maybe you did.
Yeah, whiskey regionality. Would whiskey regionality and whiskey regional identities bolster Irish whiskey? Irish whiskey is traditionally presented itself as a unified character, so smooth, triple distilled, and broadly approachable. Well, for the last number of years, potentially, yes. And there's a bit of a bluff about regionalities. Anyway, Shane from Two Stacks, co-founder of independent Irish whiskey Two Stacks, says the idea of regional identity as Irish whiskey is a compelling one. There's certainly potential for regional storytelling to enhance the category, especially for consumers who associate provenance with authenticity. He explains, while mash bill, distillation equipment, maturation all play a bigger role in defining flavour, much like Scotland, he has seen emerging regional styles. In the pre-existing provenance of the Ireland Ulster shows bold grain-forward profiles with peat and Indy cast finishes. Leinster is rooted in pot still heritage and mash bill experimentation. Munster, especially its coastal areas, excels in single malts, and Connacht offers hybrid styles with strong grain to glass and heritage cask connections. Yet Sheehan clarifies there are more creative themes than geographical identities. I don't know how you feel about that, to be honest, because I mean it's a bit of a strange thing. I mean,
I don't think the average person knows the difference between the regions in Scotland. And they're probably less likely to know the difference between the regions in Ireland. I know where he's coming from.
Oh no, no, it's not Sheehan. It's not Sheehan. It's somebody has asked him
Yeah.
about it, and he said, "Well,
Well, James Docherty's saying there that the peated stuff up in Donegal, but
well, I mean,
I know where they're coming from. I know where they're coming from. Do I think it would strengthen the brand? It's a dilemma, that isn't it?
I don't think it.
The sum of the parts is sometimes greater than the whole.
Yeah, I don't.
So if you had like,
I don't think Ireland's big enough. If at the minute, in terms of, I don't. I just. I think the idea of regionality in Scotland doesn't really hold true. It's basically scratch the surface, and it doesn't really work. But it's fair enough that you have somebody promote the brand. The brand's Scotch need promoting a huge amount. I don't know.
Well, I'll give you this example. Fanta's the most consumed soft drink in the world, and it's because Fanta has loads of different flavors.
Yeah.
So basically, if you have Irish whiskey, but you have several different regions within it, it might grow consumption. It might grow the brand.
Potentially.
Again, you might have to pump a lot more into it and only be getting 5% extra out of it.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
I don't think Irish whiskey is big enough to really push that forward. If I'm honest,
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
What do you think,
Yeah.
guys? If you're watching tonight, always comment and let us know. What do you think? Heather D'Amico says she's actually watching you
Heather,
live. Yeah.
well, welcome to watching me live, as opposed to dead. You know?
While the dead are alive.
Dead or alive. Oh no,
Oh,
no, we're
boy.
still here. We're here. But yeah, as I say, it'd be interesting to see what people thought about regionality in Ireland. Would it work?
It is the potential to become sectarian almost, hasn't it?
He brought up the S word.
I
No,
know.
I just think maybe
Dublin, not Dublin.
maybe
Cork, not Cork.
Northern Ireland, peat it, not peat it. You know. I mean, let's be honest. Peat Ulster whiskey was probably the traditional style back in the day, but
it isn't
we'll
anymore.
put it like this: Bushmills is by far and away the behemoth in whiskey in the north, and they claim, they say, "Oh, we have never used peated Irish whiskey." That's just not true, because we've seen adverts that said, whiskey as peated as Bushmills. So they've obviously did it at some point, but these for a long time they haven't. So it's the regionality thing. I don't know whether it would ever work in Ireland, whether it's going to work in Ireland, because it's just too small a category, to be honest.
What does this mean, Robbie? The country that invented Ireland only has a small part on the world's stage. It's a shame.
Don't know what that means. I think maybe he means the company that invented Irish whiskey only has a small part on the world stage. It's a shame.
True. Okay. And then Linda's saying, speaking as a novice, I think in terms of distillery, not
Well, that's
region.
probably more factually correct. Let's be honest. I just poured myself another one of them. 21-year-old Glen Scotia. Lovely stuff.
Okay. So
lovely.
Well,
yeah,
that's one open for debate there, I would say.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. Very good point. Very good
point. Now, you mentioned it a minute ago, the online Scotch Whisky Awards, the OSWAS. These are awards that are promoted every year. And the idea is that They are nominated and then voted for by the people. Well,
I prefer these kind of
now
awards.
this is online stuff, so it's um,
That's the link. That's where you can go to if you want to participate.
what? Why is this not bringing these up to me? Public vote, public vote. It's not bringing it up for me. I was going to run through them there. Can you click on it? Can you?
I probably should be able to. 25 public poll.
Yeah. Right, see, it's pulling it up for you, isn't it? Pulling it up for me for some reason. Bear with me. To see what's going on. What's going on?
Well,
Nope.
look at the nominations. Can we see? Can we see
Uh,
the nominations? There we go. Best value whiskey is one of the nominations. Best blended whiskey. There they are. There.
Yeah. Oh, it's banned me for some reason.
Oh, you've been shadow blocked.
What have I done? Can't
don't
access your account. I don't need you to access my account. I don't allow Google Forms to access cookies. Why is that not allowing me?
Don't
Anyway,
know.
right, I'll have a look through yours because the stuff that is up for nomination, right, go up to the top.
The top. Okay, there's an awful lot. Here we go. Up the top.
Best
Best value whiskey.
value whiskey. Now, again, they're giving you a choice of 6, isn't it?
Yep, I think so.
Um, so these are best value whiskies. It's a bit of a shame that Black Bottle's not there because
Yeah.
I think Black Bottle's fabulous, fabulous stuff. But again, some nice stuff there. Signatory Vintage, and so on. Down another category.
Best blended whiskey.
Now, I'll just point out the Cadenhead 7-year-old blended Scotch. I just want to point that out because I'll come back to that a little bit later on. Right, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Again, they brought up Nika from the Barrel. Last year's winner was that McLean's Nose stuff. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that, I have to say.
Best
Yes,
blended malt
malts.
whiskey. Some of these look like wine bottles.
It's not wine, but
I know
whiskey.
it's not wine, but it looks like wine bottles.
It's not wine, but it's whiskey. The difference.
But I don't like the style in the bottles, is what I'm trying to say.
Aye. You go down there.
There's one that looks like it's from 1970. Thompson Brothers, Sutherland.
Yep.
Let me see. Best non-malt whiskey.
Jack Daniel's single barrel stuff up there, which is pretty cool. The
Parsley, look.
Millstone, Jones, Pars, Jones Lane. Again, excellent choice. I have a funny feeling I know where that came from, right enough. Best Distillery, Ben Romach. What's the other one?
Bruichladdich at
Ardnamurchan, Glasgow Distillery Company, Loch Lomond, and Springbank. Not many Irish in it this year. You're quite right, Declan. Best New Distillery, Ardnahoe, Glasgow Distillery, Holyrood, and Lag, Lochlee, and White Peak. Nice to see White Peak making a wee appearance in there. That's a nice thing to have.
In the bottle.
Based on the bottlers, what's whiskey? Our friend Mark Watt over there. He's opened his shop. We were talking about it last week. I have to say, if I was voting for that, I'd vote for Mark. Best world whiskey. You have Elijah Craig. Again, Filey Bay popping
English,
up.
yes.
A couple of English whiskies popping up. It's nice to see. It's nice to see that they're doing this. That people Best Scotch whiskies. Bruichladdich. If you scroll down, then you get the old Glen Scotia 18, is it they have there?
So Glen Scotia 15 there,
15.
bottom
15.
left. A couple of
15.
Springbanks, the 12 and the 18.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's a yeah.
But as I say, these awards are, the idea of them is that they're the online whiskey awards that people get to go on and vote for these. They get narrowed down and people get to vote for them. Again, are they ideal? No, they're not, because there's lots and lots of good whiskies that 99.9% of people out there are never going to get a chance to try. But you have to say the fact that they've opened it up, let people, the whiskey community, and to talk about it and then vote on it by the public, it is a good thing. And they've narrowing it down and giving you a bit of time that if you really wanted to, you could go buy a couple of these bottles and try them yourself and say, all right, I'll vote for that because that's bloody lovely.
Yeah.
Again, that's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, the Oswas, I think people should probably support them a bit more and get on board with it, because yeah, it's a nice thing to do. Nice thing to do.
Okay, well, we're heading next. We're heading
Well, I got sent, Declan's here. Declan sent me a link the other day to the Scots-Irish Scots-Irish whiskey. 3 bottles of this for £45.
wow.
£15 a pop. You can't really go wrong with it. It's a tasty enough whiskey. Batch number 3. My dad has discovered that he quite likes a whiskey before bedtime. So I bought some of this. And he says, oh, that's pretty nice. That's nice stuff. He says it goes well with chocolate. So he's eating a couple of bars of chocolate, watching the football, eating a couple of bars of chocolate and drinking this. So he says to me, oh, can I take a bottle of that? I says, aye. So he drank about half the bottle in the first night, which sounds bad, but it's it's a quarter of a litre, so it's it's this amount. He says, that's bloody lovely. So I says, well, do you want another bottle? Aye. He says, that'll only do me the next week. He says, what do you recommend? I says, just take the 3 bottles. So I ended up buying 6 bottles and stuff. I mean, £45 for 3 bottles, you can't really go far wrong, to be quite honest. The Christmas present, makes a nice wee Christmas present, nice bottle. So yeah, the one thing I would say is, somebody says to me, oh, that's a real bargain. Yeah, it tells you can't give it away. So they're having struggle selling it, so they sell it off as cheaply as possible. But why not take advantage of it? Absolutely. But so it's on there. You can see it. 3 bottles for £45. Get on there and get them bought, and get them Christmas presents and so on and so forth. It's tasty enough whiskey. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's going to set the world alight. It's not, but it's very drinkable and something that other people won't have had mostly. So yeah, you can't really be bad to it, if I'm being honest.
Excellent stuff.
Get that bought. On the flip side, Curramore whiskey. I'm not 100% sure about this at all, because this is the second release. It's it's come up here because I'm in the UK. It's come up in pounds. It's £181, so it's about €200 a bottle. The Curramore whiskey 2025 single estate triple cask mature arrives after incredible success with their inaugural release. It's a result of a 2-year effort to elevate the brand. The packaging honours the estate heritage and history, highlights its prestige as a single estate whiskey. The custom design features the crest of the 9th Marquess of Waterford, who's the Earl of Tyrone, by the way. I'm not quite, people associate more with the Earl of Tyrone than they would the Marquis of Waterford. But anyway, with cotton touch materials, gold foiling, and embossed details, it's both a display piece and a treat to savour. Beautiful barley and oats from Ireland's oldest family estate, the Curramore 225, triple casting, blah blah blah. Distilled at the Great Northern Distillery and matured in virgin French oak, ex Oloroso sherry, European oak, and ex Bourbon American oak casks. So there you go. Very good. Lovely. But it is a bit. The first bottling was a bit of a strange one because there's all a lot of guff on it about, oh, it's the oldest estate and stuff. But there's not really a big lot about the whiskey itself, if I'm honest. And it's kind of, I have a bottle of it somewhere sitting there. The first one, it's okay. It's tasty enough whiskey. It's not going to set the world alight, but it's tasty enough. So they brought out the second one. It's 200 quid a bottle.
Connor sums it up. Price is crazy. Crazy
It's
prices.
just nuts. I mean, it's absolutely insane. I mean, think about that for a second. It's 180 pound a bottle. With the best well in the world, is it going to be a earth-shattering whiskey? No, it's okay. I'm sure it's probably very nice, but it's not going to set the world alight at £200 a bottle. There's a lot of really good stuff you could buy for £200. I just don't understand why, at this moment in time, especially, why anybody would think that that would be an acceptable price to be paying for a whiskey with no real
pedigree.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, if it was a 21-year-old single estate, whatever, blah, 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 yeah, okay, you could sort of understand it, but it's probably a five-year-old whiskey, 6-year-old whiskey, something like that. And they're knocking out for 200 quid a bottle. Yeah, it's just sort of bizarre.
Strange one indeed.
But we'll see whether it sells or not. I'm going to hazard a guess. The inaugural, see, because something says inaugural, that adds a huge amount to it. Because I told you before, Justin, I'm the sort of person, I want the first release bottles because you can't replicate them. You know, that they are first release bottles. They are people stamping on the whiskey world. Put it in a nice box, sell it for silly money, and forget about it. Either do it as a single cask and do that, or don't do that and just release it and do it at the price you're going to release all your other stuff. That's fair enough. But kind of, I mean, I don't, where they're getting 200 quid from for that, I don't really know. You know, it just baffles me. I don't really get it at all. Don't really get it.
Well,
we'll see. We'll see whether it sells.
Do they have distribution?
They probably do, but we'll see whether or not the people that they have potentially distribute to pick it up or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, where the guys that they're distributing to might turn around and say, "Give us a bottle," because we haven't sold all the original stuff yet. You know, and how much is it? Oh, it's 200. Do you do it in half bottles? You know, half bottles in a brown paper bag. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not. I don't see it. I don't see it doing well, if I'm being honest. But say la vie. Hopefully, fingers crossed. The old Earl of Tyrone. Fingers crossed he gets it. You know.
He needs the money.
Yeah. After the flight.
I thought that was a design element on your fleece.
No, I just looked at that. It was the thing. No, after the flight of the Earls and stuff, they lost all their money and stuff. So he needs to recoup all
right.
that. You know. Anyway. Next up is Should we plug another reviewer, Justin? Should we?
I like plugging this guy because I don't know whether he's from Still Game or not. I don't know whether he's legit or not.
Well,
Is he in character? Is he out of character?
is
Are we
he,
real? Are we fake? Are we AI?
are we? He talks some shite. He does, but he talks a lot of shite a lot of the time. But I have to say, when he done this, I saw it the other day, and I thought to myself, yeah, good on you, mate. Good on you, because he did Hinch, and it's Ralphie. Ralphie has reviewed Hinch.
Hello,
Oh no,
mates.
don't be playing him too much. Don't be playing him too
All
much.
right.
But Ralphie has decided to review this ball, and what happened was, and it's pretty cool now. It sort of tells you all you need to know. He gets a number of things wrong on this, by the way. He says Hinch distilleries down in County Clare, and he sort of portrays that it's actually Hinch's own distillate, and it's not, and we know that. But he he gets his hair cut. He explains this. He gets his hair cut. Billy was telling the other day, and him and his hairdresser, barber / whatever it is, exchange whiskey samples.
Okay.
And his barber said to him, "I really want you to try this," and he gave him a bottle of this
Right.
to try. Now there's only a dribble left in it because the hairdresser guy got it and sampled it with some of his friends, and some of his friends obviously really liked it and drank
Right.
away at it. Now it's one of the Warehouse 3 releases, and it's actually, you and I know that it's actually Bushmills Spirit, but Hinch aged it. They have done what they needed to do and then released it. And in it, he says, "Oh, this would be very expensive," and we know that it wasn't that expensive at all. It's a 21-year-old Bushmills, aged at Hinch, released when they decided, refill Oloroso, 54.1%. It was £90 a bottle. £90, a fucking bargain. So that my second bottle. I've polished off the first one because it was so lovely, and it's nice to see that he did it. Hinch have been releasing these Warehouse 3 bottles. I think they're maybe only about the fifth or sixth one that they've released now. As I say, just fantastic. And it was nice to see, because Ralphie is by far and away the biggest reviewer of whiskey and online. I can't, hang on, how many views has that had so far? 5,000 views in
Wow.
5 days. In 5 days, and it'll get a lot more than that. I mean, some of his things have went into the hundreds of thousands. So yeah, if you're going to pick a whiskey, Irish whiskey review, it's not the worst one. It's not the worst one. You know, it's fantastic whiskey, fantastic stuff. But yeah, that's all sold out. But some of the other warehouse release from Hinch, well worth picking up. I have to say. But yeah, really good. So it's nice to see that happening.
Very good. Very good indeed.
Yeah, very good. Now,
couple more things to mention.
they haven't else do you?
Your pictures from
Aye.
Holland.
Oh no, we're going to Holland, because I was over in Holland and I didn't drink, and really for the first couple of days I was giving myself a wee bit of a rest for a day or two, and then I had a beer with steak. But there is a Dutch bar over there, which I was told was the best whiskey bar in Amsterdam, and so cafezilt is what it's called. It's just beside the red light district.
Convenient.
It's all fucking there. You know, you come out Central Station, the red light district's there, blah blah blah. You know, all the museums and stuff. You know, it's really close. I walked past it a couple of times because I couldn't really see where it was. Don't know why. And then,
You were distracted by other things.
no, not really. But yeah, you walk down, and it was just a little small bar, and you go in, and at the back of it there is well, that's not the photo that I used first, but behind
Okay.
it there is a really nice eclectic whiskey to be had. So plump myself down. I said, "Can I have a beer, Heineken?" Something. I said, "Oh, I don't have Heineken. I have." They give me a wee glass of beer, and then I said, "Right, what will I have?" I said, "What?" I looked over, and there was a Mortlach, independent bottle, Mortlach, 25-year-old Mortlach. I said, "What price is that?" And he went, €32. Hmm. Now, if you were buying that in Edinburgh, €32, what, about 26, £27, something like that,
Hmm.
probably. It'd be at least double that. So I was like, give me one of them. And it was fucking tasty. I mean, really, really nice. Mortlach's a lovely distillery. Just got a real character of its own. That lovely sort of beefy, meaty thing that it has to it. It's just got a really, really nice character to it. And I found a Gordon MacPhail, um, 25-year-old Mortlach for €30, well, a bit more than that, but kind of hard to turn down. So yeah, give me one of them. So that was okay. Then got a what did I get after that? What was the next picture? Bottle wise,
In the order that you sent me, it was we have a Glen Scotia and a Cadenhead one here.
Glen Scotia was the one that popped up. Uh, that was chuffing lovely. I mean, I'd never had that one before. Fucking superb, and that was like €8. Um, I mean,
Okay.
really, really, really nice whiskey. Really nice whiskey. Uh, Picked that up, and then Dan, guy behind the bar, we get chatting, and just talking away, and then he goes, "Do you know a guy from Belfast? He's from Belfast, Jim." I says, "The whiskey novice." Yeah, he says that's him. He says, "I've met him a few times." I said, "Oh, dead on." I said, "No, Jim the best. Know him very well. He and I, we work together in a friend at hand sometimes." Oh, the friend. Oh, dead on. So small world, like, you know.
Yeah.
So that was okay. He turned around and he says, "Oh, have you ever tried a smoky Coke?" I says, "I think I have, yes." He says, "Try this one." And he gave me a Lefroy quarter cask with Coke. And it was nice. It was nice. I have to say it was pleasant. Um,
You actually had a whiskey with a Coke.
yeah, just
Okay.
we try not to be snobby about any of this stuff.
Okay.
Never, ever, ever, ever snobby. But no, so Lefroy and Coke. If you haven't tried it, it is tasty. There's no two ways about it. Um, so I had that, and then he recommended. He says, "Have you tried that Cadenhead's blended 7-year-old?" And I went, "No, I haven't." And he poured me that. I have to say, chuffing lovely. I mean, really, really, really nice. So there's three independent, well, two independent bottles and the Glen Scotia. Uh, and really, really nice. And the thing about it was, it's a nice atmosphere of a bar. It's got Dan, who's behind the bar there. Uh, he knows his stuff. He's asking me a few things about some of the stuff that I've done, in terms of like courses and whatnot. He's doing the WSET level 3, I think he said he was doing. And it's just nice, cool, relaxed whiskey bar. Very close, very sort of central, nice selection. But the prices were superb. I mean, really, really, really good. So if you ever decide to head over to Amsterdam, pop your head into cafezilt, ZILT, and you'll not be disappointed. They've a really nice, eclectic selection. And what I would say is, I've noticed just having a quick look when I got home, is that Holland seems to have a bit of an impression here, because if you look at the Oswas, that Cadenhead's 7-year-old is one of the nominees. Middleton, who are based in Amsterdam, is one of the distilleries that's nominated. And there's a few other little bits and pieces creeping in. Whenever you think about Holland, or you think of the Netherlands and stuff and distilling, you automatically think of gin. But they've got quite a nice whiskey scene by what I've saw. The guy behind me here, by the way, he works in the bar as well. So we're having a conversation with him. I think he'd have smoke before he came in. You know. But yeah.
We'll be getting Zuckerberg.
You're allowed to smoke, Justin. I didn't say what you're smoking. I said we were in Amsterdam and somebody had a smoke. Perfectly legal. We're perfectly legal, Justin. But yeah, as I say, the nice bar, cool. Prices are really good. Glasses, a couple of glasses got broke while I was there. No, 3. They just fell off the shelf. But the place must be fucking haunted. The place literally just fell off the shelf. But yeah, as I say, nice bar, nice.
There was probably some motion coming from next door that made the glasses fall off the wall.
You mean something like earthquake, or potentially somebody scooting down the canal too much? I don't know what fucking way you're. But no. But yeah, as I say, nice bar, nice place to go. I probably should have put my head on a day or two earlier, but it was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Okay. Great information, great show tonight again, Marty. Loads of great stuff.
Aye. Where am I for next week? I'm from Glasgow this week. So
I know.
And
we've some guests in the back burner here, haven't we, that we really should get round
we
to?
do. We need to make a bit of an effort and get a couple of these guys on and get them interviewed, because there's some nice things happening with good people in the background. So yeah, we'll have to try and see if we can get a couple of people on and have a bit of a chat.
Okay.
Aye.
Catch you sometime then. Remember to come out, like, and share. Watch it again on demand. Night.
Night. Take care.